Today, I'm going to share with you an often overlooked and, in my opinion, vital element to living a true healthy lifestyle. But before we get started, I want to take a quick second to say welcome. If you are new here, my name is Amanda Willis. I empower families to wellness authentically through biblically rooted principles. I'm so glad you are here. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And if you've been around for a while or you are a newer subscriber, welcome to you as well. I always appreciate you guys taking time taking time to interact with this videos and for commenting down below as well and giving me your feedback and interactions. I really enjoy chatting with you guys. So let's dive right on in. The often overlooked thing. I don't know that I've actually ever really heard anybody talk too much about this when they're talking about health. Now, I've heard them talk about it in regards to homesteading, but not necessarily health. So I'm going to unbox something for you in a minute because it's absolutely gorgeous. I wasn't going to do an unboxing. I was just going to share this with you, but I have to show you when we get there. That element, though, is planning. You guys, we have to plan. No matter how much we think we can just fly by the seat of our pants, there is so much planning required in order to live a truly healthy lifestyle without getting so overwhelmed and things falling through the cracks and us getting just obsessive and crazy, right? So whether that's meal planning, rhythms and routines, knowing when you're moving your body, not moving. I mean, I guess if you're moving, you should know that too, if you're moving houses or something like that. But you should know when you're doing that as well. But I'm talking about moving your body, making sure that we know if you are homesteading, when is your garden going in? When are you harvesting? When are you preserving? If you're not homesteading and you're just wanting to eat in season, what foods are in season? How do you know how to prepare those foods in this time with your current schedule, right? Staying on top of keeping your home decently clean and the air flowing and all of those kind of routines and rhythms and sunlight. And it takes planning. It really does. If you try to hold all of that information in your brain, it's going to get super overwhelming. You'll be short with people. You'll be snappy. No matter what your personality is, some kind of planning. It might be a spiral notebook. It might be Google Calendar. It might be a beautiful planner. It might be a Dollar Tree planner. It might be a calendar on your wall. It really is going to look different for everybody. That's where your personality differences come in. But please, friend, don't overlook planning because that's what's going to help you dial things in and for you to be able to live this lifestyle in a just a warm, welcoming way for your family, showing hospitality and everything as well, versus being really rigid and cold and snappy because you might not know what's coming next. So I have used various things over the years that I found helpful. I have just written on a scrap sheet of paper what my meal plan is. I have, like I said, used a spiral notebook. I've used Hobby Lobby has some great planners. Never buy them full price at Hobby Lobby, right? You know, the whole store goes on sale on off weeks. So when things aren't on sale this week, wait and buy it next week because it will go on sale. So don't pay full price at Hobby Lobby. I've gotten planners from Target in the past. We don't really support Target very much anymore. We go there only when we absolutely have to, but they do have some decent planners. I think it's Day Designer that does theirs. Dollar Tree has some great options. I can't remember if I mentioned them. And then, of course, there's tons of planners online available. I'm trying a new one this year because I've discovered with the one that I've had from Hobby Lobby in the past, the thing I don't like about it is that I can't see my month at the same time as my weeks and my days. And so that means I'm missing things sometimes in transferring. I'm having to transfer a lot more versus being able to just kind of glance at it. And so I found this planner. I think I was bombarded with digital ads for it last year, but I was kind of too late. And it was more than I wanted to spend, even though I will say this is less expensive than a lot of the other planners I have looked at in the past. And like I used to buy a Franklin Covey planner years ago, and that was much pricier. So these are the Laurel Denise planners. Now, Laurel Denise has different types of planners for the way different brains work. I have to unbox this because you see how gorgeous this is. If you have a love for classic literature like I do too, you guys, this is Pride and Prejudice inspired. Look at how gorgeous. This came like this today. Whoops. And if I can get it out of here without dropping everything, that'll be a win. This is my planner. Now, I picked a portrait one. There are also landscape options, and I have the large. There's also a small, and you can start them either on Monday or Sunday. I like my weeks to start on Monday because Sunday's our Sabbath rest that we take, and we honor the Lord's Day on Sunday. And so I'm not starting my work like Sunday night is when I'm looking and planning my week ahead. So I like when my weeks end on Sunday in my planners. But this cover is Pemberley Gardens. Can you see it? Because I can see it. It is stunning. There's a couple bookmarks in the front. And then I think most of their planners had similar pages in the front and the back. Of course, the layout's going to be different depending which layout you choose. But I like that it's got kind of just your basic list of holidays and your annual calendar with goals and things to remember for each month there. Special dates and events, you can kind of look at a quick annual glance. But then each month with this is the Scout. And they have a breakdown on their website. You guys, I'm not an affiliate or anything. I just wanted to show you this beautiful planner that I got and why I think it's going to be really helpful for what I'm looking for. It might not be what you're looking for. That's okay. But I don't know about you, but I love to look through all the different planner options because I like to know, is that one going to work for me or what do I not like? And in every season, it's going to be different. So like my Hobby Lobby planners have worked great for the last few years. It was really just these last couple months that I'm like, I'm getting annoyed with this. And I think it's because I'm diving in and I'm getting a little bit more granular on some of the tasks. And I hate having to rewrite so many of them. This prevents a lot of that copying because you have your month is from here up. So I have my entire month I can see here. There's a tracker if I want to look at tracking different habits. There's what, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And then just some empty spots here to make whatever list you want for the month. Or if you're doing interval planning or anything like that, you can do those there. Then you have your week. So when you flip over, each week is one spread. Like you can flip the page and have your entire week. The days line up with the month here and the days within your monthly calendar, which for me is what I was like, yes, that's what I need because it makes it really easy to see without getting lost of where I'm at in the month or just being hyper focused on the week or even the day. This gives me a little bit more of all of that at once. Now, for some people, you guys might not like that. Your brain may be like, whoa, I'd really prefer something completely different. Check out the different layouts and see if they have one that works for your brain because they do really great walkthroughs. So I'm not going to go super detailed. If you're more interested, check out their YouTube and social channels. Again, it's Laurel Denise. I'll link it in the description below. But each month is like that. So you can flip through. And then at the end, in your notes section, you've got not too many pre-filled in. I feel like sometimes you get planners and they have so many pages that you don't end up using. And then honestly, I really liked my one from Target for a while, but they started deleting a lot of the pages in the back. So you had one empty page and everything else was only if it was in the calendar or the week. And I was like, this isn't going to work, you guys. I need more space for other notes that I like to keep within my planner. So it's all in one place. So this has a yearly plan layout here if you want your whole year kind of in more column sections. And then you have checklists that you can do, make your own for whatever you want. You've got graph paper and things if you do kind of more bullet journaling or you want to track anything or doodle or anything like that in the back. I so love that those options are there. And then the like the gratitude things I'm listening to, books I'm reading, that's very streamlined right here. And honestly, I don't know how much of this page I'll use because I read a whole lot more books in a year than what will fit in that spot. I like to track those in the months, but I like that there's pockets in the front and the back. So you have sections for that. if you want to take things and go. And then you have the option to order different inserts. So for me, tidying and things I'm supposed to clean regularly is super important for me to not have to recopy every single week. But I also don't want to store it all in my brain, because I believe my brain is not for storing things. That's what paper and pen is for when it comes to like that kind of thing. It's more for storing scripture and truths and memories and things like that, versus have I dusted this week, So I like that these are perforated, and these will go, they make them for appropriate for the layout planner that you chose. And so for each month, I can have that for all my weeks, and I can put this right in that section where it all flips, and I'm not having to like constantly flip all the way back to a tidy schedule, right? Like it's in with my main schedule. There's some other like monthly tidying. I will use this for my homesteading too. So I'm excited about having my plan like this. I've been trying to make a page in my current planner work for tracking. I've never in the past had like, in January, these are the things I really want to make sure get done around my house, or food that's preserved is a big thing for me. And things that our chickens need and that kind of thing. I like this, that I can then list them out. And so I know without thinking about it, when October comes, I'm going to need our sprinklers blown out. I'm going to need to get the greenhouse plastic up for my chickens as a windbreak. I'm going to need to put the garden to bed, all of those kind of things. So that also will fit right inside there. And they have all different ones. All three of these pages were part of the tidying insert package that was an option to purchase. They also have like lots of fun washi tape. If you are a pretty planner person, you're going to love the Laurel Denise stuff, because there's lots of options to customize and add it and make it your own, and you can make it as pretty as you'd like. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. Tell me in the comments below, what planner do you use? Let's help each other out. What have you found to be helpful for your meal planning? I've used Cozy Planner. That's another good digital one if you're looking for a good digital option. Use Cozy Planner. I've used Google Maps, or not Google Maps. That'd be weird. Google Calendar in the past. I like the option to sync everything. I don't love that because it's free, all of that information is just feeding their marketing and their AI. I don't love that. So I don't really use Google Calendar anymore. Tuda Calendar is a decent option. That's encrypted. You might have to pay for that. It comes along with your Tuda email address, though, Tuda Mail, Tuta. But share down in the comments below what you guys like to use. Do you use a paper planner? Do you use a digital planner? Please tell me. I would love to know. And I'm always checking out. I like to have options to know if this doesn't end up working, if there's something else that I would like to tweak, then I always go back and check. Like I said, this came up on my radar last year around this time, but oh, great. We have a fly. That's swell. What a way to end. I'm going to fly on out of here. Oh my word, that was cheesy. I'm sorry. Until next time, take care, friends. Cheers.